Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me. I see Green finally made it to a chat. Hi Green, and hello to me and my Gaster and F32 Lightning, and I am Gigard, I think is the name, and Watchface I saw said they would be in and out today. Hello, hello. I think I'm a Gigard. I'm gonna have to double check how to pronounce your name. Sorry, just clearing my throat. You were asking what the background music is. The background music, it is a song called Stratosphere by the one and only Hatsune Miku. So that's what we were listening to beforehand. I'm like trying to queue up a bunch of space music every single time I stream. Let me get the game going so I don't waffle around too much. The game was really soft in the last stream. When I was editing the edited version together, I had to bump that volume by 24 decibels, something like that. So I'm gonna have to turn that up in OBS because it was really soft. And I think what I will do is I'll turn the sound effect volume down in game, and then I'll bump the audio for it in OBS for the overall game. You can hear me? Okay, great. Good to know. It's short for Imaginary Guardian? Ah, gotcha. Jeez, hold on, let me just mute. I just want to clear my throat quickly. Good lord. Okay, I'm back. Now let's go to game capture. Turn on game capture. Turn off mod list. Transition. Let me know if you guys can hear the game at all. You should be able to, because I think it's just capturing it off the desktop. And I turned that up to 6 decibels instead of, it was like, well, -6. It was -11, but I think that might have been a little bit overkill. I watched the VOD and the sound seemed fine to me. Oh, okay, that's good. I just found it really soft, but I don't know. I'm a bit of a stickler for like sound levels. Game music is singing. Excellent. Okay. We are back in the Normandy once more. Last time what we did was we just got Liara, and we haven't spoken to anybody after getting Liara. So we are actually going to talk to most of the squad mates because they will have things to say as we just finished a story mission. Oh, hold on. I need to clear my throat. What is going on? It's the weather, I swear. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. I'm almost at 150 subs on this channel. Yeah, that's great. I really hope that those 150 people are super into Mass Effect, because that's the point of this channel, is mainly to trick people into liking Mass Effect. Like, that is my main goal. It's not even to get this channel monetized or anything. I just want people to be into Mass Effect. Let's speak to Caden first. What is my sound volume on? Oh, I'll have to tab out. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. I was wondering what my volume is for myself, not for you guys, but it's fine. Let's speak to Caden first. We'll go down the line here. Sup, Caden? I still don't know what you're doing at this panel.
Commander?
Okay.
You have a minute?
Yeah, it's a little soft for me. Hold on. Jeez. What an absolute disaster of a stream start. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna do this. And then plug this in. It's my machine, not yours. So, plug this in. Then do this. Then do this. Oh, it's at 10. Yeah, no wonder. I need it to be at like 34. There we go. Okay. And then back here. Okay. We're good to go. So, Caden actually wants to talk to us for once. What's up, Caden?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
So Caden is kind of fed up with the... Like, Caden is a super nice guy. So the fact that he's upset... He's, like, legitimately upset.
The council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Zip it, Lieutenant. No. I don't want to insult the guy. It's a romantic view. I don't think it's, like, old-fashioned is not the nicest way to describe it.
well, you're a romantic.
Exactly.
Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid. Where
Yeah,
the
I can
hero
tell.
goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Now, maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
So Caden is actually going to tell us about biotics. I mentioned biotics in the previous stream, where I basically describe it as the Force, but without the religious aspect. But Caden's actually going to, like, tell us about it now, finally. I've been waiting for him to give this talk for 2 streams now.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
So basically, human experimentation in all but name. Also, Caden is not super convinced it was accidental.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Yeah, that's fishy as shit.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
The extranet is... It's the internet, but intergalactic. That's why they call it the extranet. I haven't really looked into the codex of how the extranet works, but that's what that is. That is hella fishy. I thought it was going to be original ones from the accident. Yeah, it's really super suspicious. The VAs in the whole game have been killing it so far. Yeah, oh, I see. Me and my guest was saying Caden's voice actor is doing really good. Caden's voice actor is really good. Like I said, I don't like focusing on the voice actors too much because I don't like having that immersion broken. I prefer looking at the voices as coming from the characters. I don't like sitting here and thinking of the actor behind the mic because it like fucks up how I play video games. I think I told the story where it almost borderline ruined Dragon Age Inquisition for me. Time to get physical? What on earth is this option? Anyway.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
He's so pathetic, but like in a almost like a golden retriever way, although I wouldn't use that description exactly for him because he's at least a little bit smarter than the average dude that you would describe as a golden retriever. Corporate shenanigans throughout early biotic development doesn't sound surprising. Yeah, no, it's really not surprising at all. This is a loaded question considering the weird situationship going on here, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Okay, he actually doesn't want to go too deep into it. Okay, fair enough.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Yeah. In this case, I wouldn't chalk it up to accidental, quite frankly. It's too controlled to be accidental, if that makes sense.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I mean, I'm talking to you, aren't I? It's why I talk to the crew, is to get to know the crew.
I wanted to get to know you a little better, that's all. Thanks for the talk, Kaidan.
Well, you're welcome, ma'am. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
This is a rough choice because I think, are all three of these like a flirt option? And what do you think? It's all the way at the top, which is usually like coming on the hardest. But that's such a weird way to voice whatever Shepard is going to say if you choose this. I am actually going to say to some degree though, because it is true. Sorry, Kaidan.
Of course. But I don't enjoy it with everyone. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
See what I mean? Like, you literally need, like, a guide to not fall into a relationship with Kaidan. It is borderline impossible. Because I literally chose the least romantic option out of those, and he still thinks that was flirting. Anyway, I'm gonna grab these things. Oh, we need to go to the Citadel and get Garrus some armor so he can stop dying on me on the first shot. It's embarrassing for both of us. This whole exposure biotics thing has some serious MK Ultra vibes. Yeah. And the thing is, right, the corporation he's talking about, it's not a government body. It's a corporation, which makes it even more sus. It's impossible not to romance. It is actually possible. I've managed it once where I somehow got through Mass Effect 1 without romancing Kaidan. Although in retrospect, I think there's a choice I made which prevented it. Anyway, let's talk to Rex. I think Rex might have more to say.
So,
Yes.
we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
So Rex actually knew Saren before all this.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
Fair enough.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
I mean, fair.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
I just realized I actually walked past Liara because she hangs out in the medical bay. We actually have to go talk to her before we talk to the others. The thing is, Rex, I don't think he has a set age in the games. I believe... I saw some people say he was alive during the Krogan rebellions. I don't know where they're getting that information from. I know he has family members who were alive during that period. Oh, I'm going to CIC. Where on earth am I going? I'm supposed to be... I'm all turned around now. I'm used to the second game where things are kind of moved around a little bit. But anyway, I believe Rex was alive during the Krogan rebellion, so that would put him at minimum 1,000? I saw the number 1,300 floating around. I don't know if that's accurate though. Point is, if Rex has a bad feeling about someone, it's worth listening to him. Anyway, let's speak to Liara, finally.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
It's fine, Liara.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
How long do Krogans live? Typically... I'm not sure. They're really long-lived. They and the Asari, like the Asari, which is Liara here, they tend to be very proud of the fact that they can reach up to 1,000, but the Krogan surpass them in lifespan, actually. So, it's kind of full of themselves to be like, oh, we live up to 1,000. It's like, yeah, so do the Krogans. You're not that special. She will do anything she can to stop Saren. I know she will.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Let's talk to you a bit, see if you have anything to say.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
I am gonna choose this one, yeah.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers. But I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau. I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
I just realized Liara is basically Indiana Jones, but with force powers.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
I mean, I like archaeology a lot, so in my opinion, there is literally no bad reason for becoming an archaeologist. Unless you're, again, like the bad guy in Indiana Jones, like looting crypts or whatever. But Liara somehow doesn't strike me as the type.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Okay, I'm not gonna yell at Liara. Liara is basically a Disney princess. I have a feeling if I said one mean thing to her, she would just burst into tears.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Well, you can pretend. I'm not going to pretend. She's flustered because Liara has the biggest crush on Commander Shepard ever. That's also kind of her problem, is she's really flustered. Let's speak about your... It'll kill the mood a little, but we kind of have to talk about her mom, who's busy working with Saren, if you weren't here earlier. We picked her up because Saren basically sent the gift to come collect her. And we were like, well, are you in cahoots with Benezia? And Liara said she isn't, so we kind of need to talk about this.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Maybe she's just evil.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I don't think Shepard has had much contact. Well, I would say that, but we spoke to the consort on the Citadel. But I don't think Shepard has had any normal contact with an Asari before.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Some of these choices, good lord. I know some people play Renegade Shepard, but I cannot imagine how you can choose some of these things and not like cringe at how mean some of these responses are.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits onto our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Yeah, we kind of need to ask this.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
It sounds parasitic. Not really, because a parasitic relationship requires you to do damage to the other party. I don't know if symbiotic is the correct term for it, because I guess it's symbiotic if the other partner wants a family. Then it could be considered symbiotic. But generally it's benign because it doesn't truly affect the other partner in any negative sense. So by definition it's not parasitic. And also I believe they can choose when to have a child with the other partner. Like, it's not like they are intimate with the other partner, whether mentally or physically, and that automatically results in a child. I think they have to initiate a certain weird force blend for that to actually result in pregnancy.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
That's rough.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
And I think this is the conversation tree we just went down. Okay.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Bye, Liara. So that's Liara. Yeah, the Asari entire... I want to say sex, but I mean it in gender, if that makes sense. Like, biological sex thing is also very strange. Because they're technically all female, because all Asari can carry children. But at the same time, they're monogendered. So... it's basically a race of agender aliens. Hey, Magic Medic. Let's speak to Ashley and just get this out of the way.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
Anytime Ashley says she wants to speak off the record, I just know some bullshit is about to come out of her mouth.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex.
Yep, there it
Due
is.
respect, Commander. Should they have full access to the ship?
Should we lock them in the hold, Ashley? Should we lock them in the hold and smack their hands, telling them not to touch anything? Is that what you want, Ashley?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Ugh! I have once told her to shut the hell up. during this conversation, but it's actually not a good idea. And it kind of breaks roleplay for Shepard, because her character is all about building bridges and clearing up misunderstandings, especially between species. But ooh, she tests me. Good lord. Also, Ashley, are you aware that the Normandy was made by Turians as well as humans? Are you aware of this fact?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
No, we don't.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Despite all points to the contrary, I'm still gonna disagree with you.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not real.
It is!
Members of their species will
It's
always
literally
be more important to them
racism.
than humans are.
Sorry, I'm talking over her. She gets me so heated, I swear. Yeah, why do you feel that? Explain yourself.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
I was about to ask her something, but I'm actually not going to because it'll get me in trouble on YouTube. No. Anyway. It's moments like these where I wish Knife Hand was the weapon to wield. So tell me about your service, Ashley.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
Yeah, what
ma'am.
clued you in, Shepard?
Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
I'm actually not even going to compliment her. I'm so done with her.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky. I lost my family on Mindoir. Are you related to anyone I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. I read about Mindoir. The Alliance screwed the pooch on that one. Should have had a bigger garrison. Is that why you're out here? To take the fight to the pirates?
At least she didn't linger on the trauma. I'm not going to choose to serve the Alliance. I mean, I am here to serve the Alliance, but also that's such a militaristic response.
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold breaking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh lord, you went to the Makapog boot camp too? Yeah, Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
I think pusillanimous is a real word. I've never heard of inveigle before in my life. I asked her about her military family. Okay, you have to work with aliens, Ashley. You're in space. They're kind of the majority here. Just shut up now. I'm actually not going to tell her to shut up, as much as I would like to.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Okay, good.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
never
We'll see
know,
about
Commander.
that.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
We're really tallying up these stereotypes here, aren't we? Military family, super racist, and believes that if you're family, that means you are automatically like really close. Like the concept of family members being estranged seems like a foreign idea to her. Anyway, I fully believe Liara. She is too awkward and weird to be lying or to be hiding. Like, there's a level of awkward that you can fake, and then there's a level of awkward that is just so embarrassing that you can't fake that.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life?
Oh.
Dominating.
How do I even respond to that? So she's also homophobic. That's good.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
Shut up, Ashley.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm so
Chief.
done. I am so done with Ashley. I am so done with fucking Ashley. Is there an airlock? I mean, that's an airlock, right? Anyway, let's speak to Garrus. Hi, Garrus. Give me strength.
Commander, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Such as?
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Oof. Cop dad, yeah.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
I have opinions about Garrus's dad as well. Garrus's dad is not a bad person. Garrus's dad is just how I would imagine a retired cop to be. Anyway, apparently Garrus was going to become a Spectre as well.
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it.
He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Nah, it's fine. I don't think I like Kest as much either.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
I mean, true, but also Garrus is kind of just trying to justify crossing a line. Garrus isn't like, he isn't purposefully like homicidal or anything. He's frustrated. That's his biggest problem, is the fact that he's frustrated. And he's just kind of trying to find a way to work the system so that he can bend rules to get results. That's his biggest problem.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Okay, he's gonna think about it. We'll sort him out eventually. Oh, and Tali. We need to speak to Tali.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Oh, she's sad.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
I mean, I understand what she means, but again, sometimes Tully says things and I get what she's talking about, but then Shepard clearly does not. It's very funny.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
And I think we asked her all of these things before, so I think that's it.
I should go.
See you later.
Bye, Tully. Adams won't have any new dialogue, so we won't speak to him. I think that's everyone. Yes, that's everyone. So, let's head back up to CIC. He looks like he'll jump a few guns. Yeah, Garrus's problem is, when he was working for CSEC, when he was like a new recruit, they would put him on small jobs that were basically more or less just security. I mean, I know it's called Citadel security, but they would put him on security details, and then the more he rose up in ranks, the more paperwork got shoveled his way. So he spent more time doing paperwork than he did. Oops, wrong button. He did more time doing paperwork than he did actually helping anyone. And because Garrus kind of has this thing about he like he said, he wants to help people, so he gets very frustrated that, especially in an organization like CSEC, especially in an
message coming in.
Oh.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nassana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Okay, I was gonna buy armor for Garrus, but we can do that. I think there's one or two things here that I've unlocked in the meantime. What was I saying? Oh yes, they would put Garrus on security detail, and then as he rose in the ranks, he would just get more and more paperwork. And I think because it's, you know, CSEC, even though it's called Citadel Security, it's still a it's a police system, right? So I think Garrus just got frustrated by like the politics involved in police business, and he doesn't really say it in this game. He does complain about it in later games though, where criminals would get let loose due to red tape or due to legal matters or like loopholes and such, and he's just frustrated. And as he tries and do things to kind of skirt and prevent those kind of situations from happening, his dad then keeps him in line and says to him, no, you have to do it by the book. So he's caught in this situation where he wants to help people and it feels like everybody is against him.
Interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay, cool. C6 seems almost military. Kind of. Oh, who's this? They were established by the Turians, and with Turians everything is militaristic. Hello. Mikhailovich.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Hello.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Oh boy, another one of these.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is?
Whoa!
Shepard, I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
I mean, like, that's just your opinion, man.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Sure, fine, whatever. It sucks because he's being so aggressive for no reason and super racist right off the bat, but at the same time I kind of understand why he's frustrated if that's his real issue.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
Oh, of course you're not. I'm not gonna say sorry. I want to know what you're unhappy about first.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship.
How do you know they didn't?
I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Do you think he's ever heard of something called a submarine?
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander.
Oh, here we go.
Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
Once again, you were just complaining about the ship being a Turian design, and now you're complaining that the Turians have access to the design.
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet.
Excuse you.
Do you have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
Oh, I want to choose this so badly, but I don't have enough points. Fine, I don't have anything else to say.
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned.
Oh, that's something at least.
Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Yeah, get lost. Good lord. Let's grab some of this. There we go. I start to get the feeling why the, sorry, I'm just gonna scroll up. Why the Alliance got their asses kicked in the First Contact War. Kind of, but not really. We actually did very well in the First Contact War.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy when they let the Geth break free. I hope your people are properly contrite, Tal.
Excuse Garrus, no!
The Turians are properly contrite for releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that sterilizing them was a mistake.
Garrus! Holy fuck! I am gonna whip out the newspaper if you say one more thing.
Commander Shepard,
Oh.
sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she alright?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hope you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to... she's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Oof. Okay, I didn't realize. Yeah, I'll speak to you later. I didn't realize this mission initiated right here. So I'm gonna drop a trigger warning right here. We're about to talk down a suicide attempt, so that's gonna be the next few minutes. It's not very long, but if that's like a problem.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
I mean, you can't sue Exogeny for doing the job. Okay, yeah, so trigger warning to this. It won't be super long, but I'm gonna do my best for this to turn out positively. But this mission is rough, I'm not gonna lie.
Commander, glad to see you.
I wish it were under better circumstances. Where is she?
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
You seem awfully worried about her.
I'm just doing my job, Commander.
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Okay. Yeah, Tali, now's not the time to be impressed by the ship. We need to talk to Talitha.
Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Girard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
You're not an animal. Your parents, what did they call you? Do you remember them?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
I think she's still okay. I'm going to talk to her about Mindwar first. I think that's the right decision.
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
For a while I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
Okay, I think it's okay to approach her. I'm sorry, it's really easy to mess up this mission.
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
Okay, she's okay.
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
I think she's still alright. let's speak about, I think, the parents next. I don't want to jump straight to escape or the raid.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the Masters. But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. He's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid, stupid!
I know it hurts, Talitha. I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The Masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the Masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
Whew. I think she's still okay. I think she's still okay. I'm gonna try and push it. Hey, Bukash.
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
Okay. She still seems okay. Is she about to... No, she's got a gun. Okay, I think I can ask about the raid. I think. Because there's that and the escape. I think the raid first, then we'll ask about the escape.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindoir?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
Okay, she's still okay. I think I have one more step and escape, and I think that'll do it.
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
Okay, yeah, she's still okay. Yeah.
Please don't touch her. She's dirty. You'll catch it.
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the Masters explode. She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
You were afraid. All you'd known for 13 years was the Master's abuse, so you tried to heal them.
She doesn't want to see other animals. They're not real. They can't be real. They can't see her. If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. Stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real. She doesn't want it to be real.
Okay, whew, we actually cleared this.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
You'll dream of a warm place. And when you wake up, you'll be in it.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to remember.
Oh, okay, we cleared it. Gah. That mission is actually really, really hard, and I really didn't want her to shoot herself.
Is it over, Commander?
She took the sedative. She wants to get better, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot. I didn't want to hurt her. It's just, when I see her curled into a ball and shivering... She was only 6 when they took her. Why the hell are we out here if we can't even keep one little girl safe?
Bad things happen to good people, Lieutenant. That's why you and I are here. Don't wring your hands over her. Help her.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for your help, Commander. We are taking her to a counseling center. They'll help her get better.
Ah, okay. Crisis averted. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's one of the heaviest missions in the game, I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really, really rough. And it's really hard to stay composed. That's rough. Especially because, like, the colony that she was taken from is the same colony that Shepard's family died in. So that was, like, really close to home. The only difference is she was 6 years old when it happened and Shepard was 16. That's, like, the only reason that didn't end up being Shepard's upbringing. It's just bad. It's all just bad. However, I don't really like talking about the future games as I'm playing for people who are new, but I'm just gonna let people know in case they're stressed out. Talitha writes to Shepard in the second game, and she does do better in the second game. So if you're stressed out about Talitha, she does get better. It's just really it's really confronting. It's a really, really difficult mission.
Your choice in armor is awfully...
Garrus, please, not now!
Can you wear something without a helmet?
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
So your people are forever wandering, and now they couldn't settle if they wanted to. I'm sorry.
He's being nice, okay. I hope that was him, like, awkwardly apologizing for being a shithead earlier. And now we have to talk to Kalisa. Holy shit. Okay, prepare yourselves, guys.
Commander Shepard?
What?
Kalisa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
I am so not in the mood. I have had to speak to Ashley. I have had to deal with an attempted suicide. Kalisa, you are pressing my last nerve.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
No. I mean, you know what? I don't even know why I'm entertaining the thought. No.
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I mean, the Turians did help build it. I'm getting a little annoyed that everybody is like... Well, not everybody. I'm getting annoyed that the humans are overlooking the fact that it's a joint Turian venture.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Kalisa, I swear to God.
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Does no one know it's a cooperative project? I think it was classified. I don't know if the Alliance broadcasted that too loudly, because the ship just had its shakedown, so technically it was never incorporated officially into the Alliance. I wonder if it was like officially incorporated, if that would have been like a big publicity stunt to push that fact, but I think it never got to that point. Do I have anything to say about Saren? I'm not gonna say the Council is protecting him right after I said that we have to work together with the Council.
Saren instigated the attack on our colony at Eden Prime. Once his involvement was proven to the Council, I was assigned to bring him in.
That's surprising, Commander. The official line says Eden Prime was attacked by rogue synthetics. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Yeah, please go away. I am not having the best day over here. Oh, I should also save, because, again, the Talitha mission is... It's not that it's difficult, because as you saw, I followed the steps okay. I was doing alright. It just feels very difficult, and it only really worked out because I had the charm points for it. Actually, let me check. Oh, you've got 8 points. Put some into snipers, put some into... What gives you shields and health? Because that's what you need. Weapons, first aid, dampening, decryption. Oh, here we go, armor. Please give you some armor because you need it, buddy. Oh, and I haven't given anything to Tali. So the Normandy hasn't been commissioned yet. I'm not entirely sure, because I'm not entirely sure how military terms work and all that, if that makes sense. Actually, let me give her a bunch of these. But the ship inspector said that we were supposed to join him on his fleet, and it never got that far. That's kind of why he was annoyed with us. And shotguns. But I imagine if he when the ship is commissioned, that would have been like a publicity stunt, and like, oh, it's the first joint human-Turian ship and all of that. But because nobody seems to know about that, my guess is it never got that far. Okay, we need to go... Okay, we don't want to go to the Presidium. We need to go to the wards, and we need to speak to Chorban. I'm human, and same goes for my crew, she says, as 2 sexy aliens are following her. Yeah. Okay, we need to go to the markets. I have to wonder, does Shepard with biotics have a choice to either telepathically take the gun or disable it? I don't think so. And I think it would be a little bit tricky. Oh no, Conrad's here. I think it would be a little bit tricky to get in a biotic blast and not do damage.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Werner. Remember me?
Yeah, I remember you, Conrad.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
I'll do my best.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And your grace and skill have inspired a whole legion of admirers, too.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, can I get your picture?
Okay, so some people in chat have been joking that Kaidan is a simp. And I jokingly say yeah, but he's not really. Conrad Werner is the dictionary definition of a simp. Like, if you looked up simp in the codex, his face would be next to it. Yeah, you can have a picture.
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless I get a picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
I'm sure your wife will be super I can't speak. Everybody's on my case today. It's robbing me my ability to speak. I'm sure your wife will love it, Conrad. Shepard should have signed it. Because, make no mistake, Conrad is going to take that home and like show his wife. He's gonna get it blown up to like A3 size and have it pasted right above their fireplace. There is a secret simp inside of every German. Is he German? I mean, Werner, because his name is Werner, but it's Werner, isn't it? Isn't that Dutch? Anyway, oh, it's Morlan, it's not Chorben. Sorry, I got your name wrong. We need armor.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Yes.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Non-human armor. Okay, Turian. It is medium armor, and we just got... we just unlocked Garrus's medium armor, so the silverback should be good. Excellent. And I can't afford anything else, but that is okay, because Garrus needs it more than anyone else. Okay, equipment... Garrus... Please put this on. Thank you. Cringes at disregard for gun safety? Yeah. Konrad Werner sounds very German. Yeah, because it would be... I'm saying it the English way, but it would be... Konrad... What would Konrad's pronunciation be in German? Because Werner is Werner. I know that. Okay, and we need to go to the Presidium, because I know there's a mission there that I forgot about. We have to speak to some people. That guy sounds like Steve Buscemi. Kind of, yeah. I don't think it is actually Steve Buscemi, though. Presidium locations. Concert chambers, a Citadel Tower. Here we go. He never tries or hopes to pursue you, so there's that. That is true. Conrad, like, at least never gets it into his head that you're dating. Unlike Caden. Oh, it's Emily Wong again.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you?
Sure.
Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
That seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
Nothing ever changes, does it? It's the year 2183, and absolutely nothing changes.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
Maybe they should unionize and strike.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
Depressingly, that'll probably be true forever. Yeah.
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'll try, because again, this is kind of dodging the rules a little bit, so if I go full Paragon, Shepard won't be super into it, but, I mean, some of the quests, it's like, do you want to play the game or not, you know?
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
Excellent. I forgot that Emily is actually on the Citadel Tower. Okay, we need to speak to Kahuku.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants.
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm gonna stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though.
You guys are talking about...
I'll upload the info on where my team was last seen to your ship. Maybe you can get some answers.
You guys are talking about gun safety. Was her pistol unfolded? Did she actually unfold the pistol when she was pointing it? Because that would dictate on whether she would actually be able to shoot it or not. I wasn't paying attention.
He's okay. I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
I don't think... Yes, we did go there because we went to Eden Prime.
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Both of those are bad.
Neither one of those options leaves a lot of hope.
I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
I'm not gonna ask about a reward. That's like really not cool.
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask him about a reward because that just makes me feel nasty. I'm just gonna say I'll do it.
If your brother is still alive, I'll find him. Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Okay, and I believe that's everything. We've got armor for Garrus. We've collected some of the side quests that I missed. So I think we're good to actually go out and do some side missions. My power goes out at midnight, which is... Oh, geez, math. A little over 3.5 hours from now, so... When we get to midnight, I'll have to say goodbye, because otherwise my computer might set itself on fire again. But we've got still got a ways to go, so I'm going to do some side missions and we'll talk to the crew and stuff, and that's kind of what I got planned for today. Because we can't do the story missions next, because...
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists.
Oh, we need to look into that.
The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Because if I just do the story missions, we will be vastly underleveled and we don't have enough money to buy the equipment we would need. Because we got Garrus some armor, but I mean, Shepard needs armor, Rex needs... Everybody needs armor, everybody needs guns. We can't just barrel through the story missions. There it is. Rapid Transit, Ward's location, CSEC. I feel the actual text for the dialogue options are somewhat misleading, though thankfully it's more about their placement on the wheel than anything else. Kind of, I've played this game quite a few times, so I more or less know what a lot of the dialogue options are. Obviously I don't know it word for word, but like you said, them being on the wheel generally gives a good idea. I do find that in the second and third game it's a little easier to figure out what Shepard's going to respond with.
You seem to be attracting unwanted attention, Tali. Several passerbys were staring at you.
Many think less of Quarians for traveling in the flotilla and for creating the Geth. They see us as scavengers, little better than thieves.
It is natural for people to dislike rootless wanderers. If Quarians would just settle another homeworld, you would not run into such concerns.
Garrus, it's not that simple, my dude. Once again, I said it last session, Garrus is super sheltered, especially in the first game. He has a very skewed view of how things work because he lived on Palaven his whole life with his dad, and then he joined CSEC.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I love that Tally bounces while in the elevator.
Logged.
Yeah.
The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Just grab that. I'm just grabbing codex entries. Whenever I could look at something on the ship, it fills in some detail about the ship in my codex. So that's why you see me doing that every now and again. Okay, let's actually get some missions going. Let's see. Journal. Oops, not squad. Journal. Yeah, see, I've got a lot of stuff here. Let me just do valuable materials. Oh, we were supposed to actually talk to somebody at the what's it called? The embassy lounge. I might have to do that before we leave since we're still here. So we've got one more side mission to pick up. And then we can actually go looking into some things. Just be a better race. I'm gonna take Rex and Garrus because they also have some interesting dialogue. Also, I'm tired of Garrus bullying Tali.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. XO Presley has the deck.
Garrus has been bullying Tali enough. I'm bringing Rex so that Rex can bully Garrus a little bit.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
That news broadcast kind of bothers me. And I just realized for the first time that it actually bothers me. Because in the past I'm like, oh, that's nice. They're talking about Mr. Bhatia's wife. But now they're using her as like a recruitment ad. That's actually really... That's not cool. I never realized that's actually what they were doing. I would just be like, oh, they're talking about Bhatia. That's cool. Why is Ship not wearing armor? Because it's the Presidium. It's weird. Okay, granted, she's still fully equipped with all her guns. But it's weird to walk around the Presidium, like, fully decked out in your armor. It's a military recruitment ad. That's really gross. I don't like that. Okay, she wanted to speak to us.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
I'm sorry for your loss.
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Shepard is from the US? She's actually not. She's a colony kid. She's from Mindoir. And I believe her parents, I don't know, they wouldn't have been born on Mindoir. No, they wouldn't have because of the timeline. I believe her parents are Canadian, actually.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
You better pay. I don't know. That seems like it's a Paragon option, but that's such a weird thing to say. I'm gonna choose it anyway, though.
Coming up with the ransom seems like the best way to ensure Dahlia's safety.
That's what I thought. I did what they wanted. Transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
It's not really a stupid law. Ransoms... Okay, I'm gonna have to stop myself from going into a full history lesson on ransoms. I'm gonna say you need not... I'll do it after I'm done with this conversation.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
I don't do this for payment.
Keep your reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
The thing about paying ransoms... In the 1930s, buckle in. In the 1930s, when bootlegging was a major business for crime organizations, right? That's how a lot of the crime families, the mafia and such, got very, very rich, was due to prohibition in the 20s when booze was illegal. So they would have all this like bootlegging and black market for booze. So in the 1930s, they realized that the prohibition law was coming to an end. Like, the crime families kind of knew that before it happened. So they knew they would have to change business practices. And right around the same time, I think it was either the late 1920s or the early 1930s. I forget which era exactly. Let me just do the elevator in case there's dialogue.
I'd love to see what the Normandy can do in a fight.
Only an idiot hopes for combat while flying in a stealth ship.
But the stealth drive adds a new tactical level to space combat as we know it. Surprise attacks, undetected flanking maneuvers.
This isn't a strategy simulation. If those new tactics don't work, we're salvage.
Garrus just wants to use the gun. That's what it's about. Garrus just wants to use the big gun. Anyway, so in the late 1920s or early 1930s, there was the kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby. And what happened was the Lindberghs paid the ransom, not knowing that the child had already been killed.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
And so, what that told the crime families is the ransom got paid even though the child was killed. So guess what? After that happened, kidnapping became the major business practice of the crime families. And that is why paying a ransom is not a great idea.
Message coming in.
Oh.
Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired.
Oh, good.
She shouldn't have ambushed you like that. But you handled it pretty well.
Yeah, I'm calmer now. She got me in a really bad mood.
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot.
Good.
There is one other matter, however. The Citadel has been trying to play down Saren going rogue. It makes the Spectres look bad. Your mention of him was politically inconvenient.
Oh, well. Whoops.
I wasn't aware of that. I won't discuss him again, sir.
I'd appreciate that, Commander. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Okay. I should have actually checked my journal before going to the map. Does it actually tell me? It doesn't really tell me. I do know we need to go to Artemis Tower though, so let's do that because it's the one name that is sticking in my brain. So Knossos is where Liara was. I do know there was a planet to land on in Macedon, so let's go there. Oh no, the politicians were inconvenienced. How unfortunate. Yeah. I'm so sorry I actually told people what was going on. I believe it's this one. I read this last time, so I'm not going to read all of this. Yeah. I think it's this one. Okay, we want Rex and we want Garrus. As I said before, Garrus is never leaving the squad again ever. Okay, back on the Mako. The best and worst thing about Mass Effect. That's the stronghold. What's this? Let's check the debris first, then I'll come around here and then we'll do this stronghold next. Oh, let me turn down the sound effects because I know the Mako is really loud. There we go. Yeah, that should be better. Yay, Mako time! The official BioWare store actually has a pin for the Mako that's a spinner. So when you flick it, the Mako, like the little pin goes flying. I really want it. I want it so badly, but the shipping is just way overpriced. Let's see, this way. I should have queued up that Weird Al Yankovic song. The She Drives Like Crazy. Because, I mean, this channel isn't monetized, so I can just play whatever I want. Let's grab this. Oh, we've got a hazard. Okay, let's move quick. Too low? Okay, great. Stronghold next, then. Oh, and we need to give Rex his talent points. Let's see. Let's put some in Barrier. Put some in War. Put some in Fitness. Put some in here, and we'll put this last one. Oops. Oh well, I meant to put it in shotguns, but that's fine too. And now let's do the stronghold. This way. Oh, there's a planet. I don't think it's this one though. There's one planet I want to show you guys something. Oh yeah, Rex, because this planet has a... Oop, we're going the wrong way. Because this planet has a warning level, we have to keep our masks on when we leave the Mako. I'll show you Garrus's mask as well. He just changed armor, so his mask might not be the one I'm thinking of, but we'll have a look at it in a second. Oh, that is a lot of guys. Okay, hold on. Yes. Okay, sniper first. Get rid of you. Let's get rid of... Oops, miss. Get rid of you. Gotcha. Okay, my shields are getting hit pretty hard. Ah. Take care of you. Take care of you. Sniper. Okay, where? Go. Sniper. There you are. There we go. Another sniper. And you. There we go. That's everyone. Okay, great. Entrance. This way. I have no idea what the level requirement is for this mission, so we'll just see if I'm able to do it. So there's Shepard's mask. There's oh, there's the cool one. Okay, that's Garrus's mask. And that's Rex's mask. get in here before my suit jams up. Okay, let's see. This way. There's a lot of guys here too. Okay, hold on. Pull this up. Okay, I don't want this. Oops. I want the Kessler. You can keep the sniper and you can keep the Lancer. Yeah, that's good. Oops. Oh, they heard me. Oh, it's not this game.
Not now, Shepard.
You're on the door control, my guy.
Look out!
Oh, jeez. Can you? Absolute chaos right off the bat. Can you get him? Please? Thank you. Oh, you've got a Krogan, that's the issue. Ah, come on. Thank you.
Go, go, go!
Okay, he's over there. I've been playing Mass Effect 2 and the controls are completely swapped around for the second game. Okay, where's the last guy? He's over there apparently. Okay, let me change position. Can't go around this way. Oh, there he is. Jeez. Okay, and I think the last guy is upstairs. Because they like camping out upstairs. Oh, no, there he is. Come on. Oh, you got him. Okay, great. Okay, that's everyone.
I think we're good, Shepard.
Let's see. Yeah, be a little careful with spamming messages. I don't usually mind, but I mean, I think it's a little bit annoying. Medical station, yes. Oh, that is an easy decryption. See me screw it up anyway, though. I'm really bad at these. I'm much better at the hacking in the second game. Take these. Maybe we can actually give our guys some proper gear. Go over here. Usually sometimes they put some gear back here. Sometimes, okay, nothing here, so we have to go over here. Krogan have redundant everything, great healing factor, living tanks. Yeah, their biology is weird. Like, they don't have a nervous system. At least, they don't have a nervous system the way we understand it. Okay, here we go. What's this? You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nassana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nassana with this. So, her sister was not kidnapped by the slavers. Her sister was leading the slavers. Oh, my decryption is too slow. Okay, I might come back here and grab these things. I think there was another one over here. Okay, also too low. Okay, that's fine. The Krogans see death approaching and say no thanks. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, they're very weird. They've got 2 hearts. They don't have a nervous system. They have a completely different set of, like, how the body operates. Oh, here we go. Upgrade kit. It's very strange. I've actually never been fully able to wrap my head around how they function. Because a lot of the other aliens, like, it makes sense biologically. And I'm sure the Krogans make sense. It's just very strange. It's very, like, weird. To be fair, given that we've heard about the Krogan homeworld, they probably needed all those systems just to survive. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, we're in the vehicle. And I think the only other thing on the map was an anomaly. So we can go check that out. I don't think that requires decryption, so we should be good. Okay, no, I can't make that. Apparently some people, when they drive the Mako, they can get it to launch straight up off the map. I've never been able to pull that off, though. So Krogans are the Mass Effect equivalent of, how do you say that? Adeptus Astartes. I guess so. I'm not 100% familiar with what that is. Krogans have redundant everything and a great healing factor. Yes. Okay, there's some rocks as well. I am not going to 100% all the rocks and the collectibles and things because I just did that in my own game. And I mean, that's not a lot of fun to watch. Unless you yourself are like super into 100%ing things. But I think for the sake of the stream, I'm not gonna do everything. Oh, it's up there. But just know it was done in my previous game, if that makes you feel better, if you really wanted... If you're like stressed out by the fact that I'm not getting everything, it was recently done. Okay, we need this. There we go. I do want it here at the start though, because it's a good way to get money. And we are still really low on funds. Which means we're low on armor. Weapons I'm not too stressed about because weapons are easy to get in the field apart from like specialty weapons, but armor tend to be a little bit harder to actually find. That's the kind of thing you have to buy. Oh, you know what they're talking about? I mean, I guess that... Oh, here we go. Oh, it's an artifact. Okay. Matriarch's writings discovered. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Delenaga's writings. Okay, excellent. I think that's all that's here. And then there's just Rex and Garrus. Okay, and then we can get back to the ship. I'm not going to go back to the Citadel right away because we were just there. We'll go to one of the other planets first. What else do we need to do? Okay, those are the main message. Okay, let's do the hostages. Fanatical biotics in the Hades Gamma Cluster have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies and are holed up in a derelict freighter in the Farinata system. Actually, I just had a memory flash. This is a really difficult mission. I'm actually going to leave that one until I've got more levels. Let's do the missing Marines instead. Admiral Kahuku has asked you to find a missing recon team in the Sparta system. All contact with the team was lost shortly after they were sent to investigate suspicious activity in the area. Okay, go to the Sparta system. Okay, Artemis Tower, that's where we are now. So we just need to go to Sparta. Oh, it's not me and my guesser, it's Green. Sorry. I thought maybe me and my guesser knew what you were talking about because they're playing a game at the moment that also is quite lore heavy. Okay, Sparta. Okay, now it's gonna be one of these planets. I always start with the outer ring and I move inwards. Alsages. Let's see. Small distant Alsages is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of methane and argon. The surface is composed of water, ice and calcium with occasional deposits of light metals. During the Alliance's pirate suppression campaign in the 2160s, the Batarian Aelium, or how do you say that? The Batarian Aeluum Ranpera was caught with his frigate Tuneron grounded on Alsages for drive discharge. When challenged by the cruiser Hyderabad, Ranpera refused to surrender. The Tuneron was destroyed attempting to take off. The debris is strewn across the southern hemisphere. And we got some rare metals from that. Okay, so not there. Next. On Tamalka, or these names. Ontamelka is a large hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in the atmosphere. Its massive gravity well tugs many asteroids from the outer belt inward, past the orbit of Altaia and Aeolus, and eventually settle into the inner belt. Ontamelka's orbit is congested with hundreds of captured moons. Most last only a few thousand years before being ejected, dragged down into the atmosphere, or ripped apart by tidal forces and added to the gas giant's immense rings. Attempting to navigate this chaotic environment is hazardous at best. Ships without military-grade kinetic barriers are likely to suffer catastrophic impacts. Okay, we got some fuel from that. Next one. Altaia. Altaia is an unusually large terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks, with deposits of iron and chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altaia once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. What cataclysm stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. This one, Aeolus.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay, so this is the one we want. Aeolus is a terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Aeolus' surface is covered by wide deserts of silicate sand, with only a few areas of igneous rock highlands to break the abrasive, dust-choked wind. Aeolus' orbit is congested with debris thrown inwards by the gravity of the gas giant Ontamelka. Due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is highly dangerous. Okay, let's land. I know that somebody said one thing that's quite a shame about Mass Effect, and I don't know how you would even do this in a game aspect, is that the planets with lower gravity than Earth don't operate any differently than Earth. But I don't know how you would try and simulate a difference in gravity in a game like this. I think that would be an insane amount of programming for something that doesn't give you a lot of return. Okay, now map. So this is probably, yeah, this is the distress signal, and this is an anomaly. Okay, so we want to go to this distress signal. Oh, that must be 60k. Big E gets up Necros and tries to make a murder kill life. Not sure what you mean. I've been reading the planet, so I'm a little behind on chat. Okay, this way. There's the distress signal. Ah, and there we go. Yep. Ah! Okay, not that button. Which one is boost? No. Which one is boost? Which one is boost? I'm holding it down. Okay. Panicking! We need to get out of here and repair. Hold on. Leave me alone! Hold on. This way. Okay, are we out of range? Yes, we are. Okay. So that is a Thresher Maw. That is one of the things that took out Shepard's entire squad on a cruise that killed 50 people. We good? Okay, we're good. Okay, now that I remember what the controls are, let's try and do this again with a little bit more success this time. Okay, Alliance Marine. There it is. Oops. Ah! Okay, we're fine. I used to be better at dodging these. We're gonna have to heal again, hold on. Oh look, it's Arrakis. Yeah, pretty much. The Thresher Moors are a major pain because Thresher Moors breed in an incredibly annoying way, where they breed via spores, which get attached to spaceships, and then when that spaceship lands on a planet, the Thresher Moor basically, if it finds that the planet's environment is habitable, the spores hatch into Thresher Moor larvae. So these things are everywhere as a result. Still not outrunning these. We almost got him though. Not yet. There we go. Okay. Phew. A bunch of Marines eaten by Thresher Moors. Shepard's therapist is gonna earn their pay this month. Yeah. Shepard has really had to face her trauma today, hasn't she? Between Talitha and a Thresher Moor taking out this entire squad, she's really been through it today. And Khaleesi, I guess.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Okay, is there anything else? Oh, there's a medical kit.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. He'd want to know what happened here.
Let's grab this. Grab this. One thing that bothers me is that you can't turn off the signal. They get better with that sort of thing in the second game, but it actually really bugs me that you can't just turn it off. Okay, I do want to check what the anomaly is. Debris I'm not too concerned with because that's usually just weapons and stuff. And my electronic skill is still very low because we're still early in the game, so there's a good chance I might not be able to hack into it anyway, so it's just kind of a waste of time at this point. The Thresher Moors may be a better shot than every Geth, slaver and mercenary we've encountered so far. Genuinely. I mentioned it last time, but there was an article talking about how the remaster did a lot for this game, and it really did. It actually made this game fun to play. I'm sorry, the first game is a bit of a chore, but it did say that there's only so much you can do with the AI in the first game. There we go. Oh, it's a Salarian. Get the artifact. You found Captain Mylan's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. Okay, cool. So I think that's everything worth getting here. Go back to the Normandy. And what else? Zoom out. Usually there's an asteroid. There we go. So scan that, grab that. Oh, it's a Prothean data disk. While scanning the asteroid field in the Sparta system, you found signs of habitation. A recon team was sent to investigate one of the large asteroids. The rock had a small functioning biodome, but no sign of anyone still living there. There was, however, a data console with an intact Prothean data disk inside. Okay, cool. A biome on an asteroid, that's kind of weird. We looked at Altair, so we just haven't looked at Tremanre. Tremanre is a dwarf planet composed of light magnesium silicates with deposits of aluminium. No, that's not aluminium, that's aluminum. That's weird. Anyway, its surface is covered by wide swaths of ancient dark basaltic lava. possibly indicating the world was created through an impact with some other body in the system. Tremanre's magnetic field is non-existent. This makes it impossible for ships to dump drive charges from orbit. That said, Tremanre's minuscule gravity allows even cruiser-sized vessels to land safely for direct grounding. Oh yeah, the gravity is 0.1, yeah. Okay, then I think there's an asteroid in this belt that we can grab for some materials, and then we can move on. Yep, nothing? Okay, nothing apparently. That's weird. Okay, the other thing was Hades Gamma, Voyager, Gemini Sigma. Oh, somebody asked about... oh, we can't go there. We unlock Earth's cluster later, so we can go check that out when it unlocks as well. Kepler, we don't need to go to Kepler, we don't need to go to Armstrong, don't need to go to Voyager. I think we need to go to Hades Gamma. Which one is this? Here, let me just double check. Okay, that's Hawking. So we need to go to Hades Gamma. Antaeus or Farinata. I think we need to go to Farinata if I remember correctly. Oh, we need to go to Diz, not for any story reason, because I want to show you guys something which is really cool. America calls aluminium aluminum. Yes, but it's spelt the same, isn't it? Actually, before we get going, I'm going to just have a pit stop for a second. I need to just get some water and stuff, so I'll be right back. Let me put up the be right back screen. So, if you guys want to, I don't know, have a pit stop or whatever you want to call it, we can do that quickly. I'll be right back in a sec. Let me just do this and transition. And I will be back in a minute. Hello, I'm back. I brought some ASMR for you. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Turn game capture back on. Come on. There we go. Open game. There we go. Okay. We're back. So, Diz, this is not going to mean much to people who haven't played the game before, but there are some cool planets here. The thing about the first game is, I don't know that a lot of people check the planet lore. That's also partly why I wanted to do these streams, not only to like indoctrinate people into liking Mass Effect, but there's a lot of like hidden details in a lot of the text that people skip over, and you miss out on some really interesting details. Raisha. Raisha is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia in its atmosphere. During the brief gold rush to Klensal, a few companies established an infrastructure for helium-3 skimming and deuterium mining on Raisha's icy moons. When Klensal proved to be less wealthy than expected, the facilities were stripped for parts and abandoned. Oh, we can survey. Turian insignia. Scans of the planet Raisha revealed an old unmanned shuttle. Your salvage team found Turian goods on board, all marked with the Trident colony insignia. Turians are a unified race. They only have one government, but they still wear clan markings more out of tradition than anything else. Let's see. Okay, that just gives us metal. And Grimar. Grimar is an icy terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of frozen ammonia with deposits of tin and other light metals. When exposed to sunlight, Grimar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of the toxic chemical. This has allowed a profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve in the low-energy environment. A byproduct of their metabolism caused them to glow very faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches seem to reinforce the light of one another and are visible from space. See, there's that one. Okay, we did the asteroid. Next one is this one. Klensal. Oh, we can land on this one. Klensal has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerns, spent billions of credits hustling to the distant system and sinking tests bores to claim the system for humanity. Oh, I see, okay. But Klensal had only an average level of mineral wealth. Valuable, but hardly worth the rush and expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company hoping to strike it rich in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Oh, that sucks. Investigation revealed the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. While unethical, this was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of a few misguided patriots. The planet is still littered with abandoned mining bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. So that's cool. I think this is where one of the crime bosses are, where we have to go take out. Tin isn't a light metal, it's very heavy. I'm not entirely sure how the metals qualify, because they classify them, I think, depending on how useful they are for space construction, in like ships and such. Nerum. Nerum is a terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of basaltic rock. Its most prominent feature is the Elos Rift Valley, a long volcanic divergence zone that stretches across half of the northern hemisphere. I can't read today. We've got some light metal, titanium. Jartar. Oh, see, this is the one. This isn't going to mean anything to anyone who hasn't played the other games, but I've discovered this recently, and it ties into things that happen in, I think, the 3rd game. So this was really weird. Not weird. This is really, like, interesting for me to find. Jartar is a terrestrial world with a tracer atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is hot and mainly composed of unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of aluminum, magnesium, and other light metals can be found. Jartar is noted for the discovery of the Leviathan of Diz, the apparent corpse of a genetically engineered living starship. The Leviathan was found in the bottom of a crater by a Batarian survey team and estimated to be nearly 1 billion years old. It disappeared after a visit to the system by a Batarian dreadnought 20 years ago. Since then, the Batarians have steadfastly denied that the Leviathan existed at all, and all the more vociferously when shown recordings of the corpse made by Solarian researchers. So that's very interesting. Okay, which was the one we can land on? I think it was Nerum? No. It was the ice planet. Oh, it's Klensel, yes. There's a pretty solid reason why Batarians are pretty terrible. Yeah, there is and there isn't. In the first game, they're really painted with a bad brush. We see more of them in the other games, and we kind of get a better, more nuanced look at their culture and individuals versus just the pirates we have to constantly deal with in the first game. Okay, so we've got squad points. Yes, we do. Oh, because I leveled up. Because I want these, and I would like more Spectre training. There we go. More unity. Oops, more unity for me. Let's put some more snipers into Garrus, and some. Oops, not electronics. This. And you. We'll put some more in shotguns and more in armor, because we need Rex to be quite beefy. See. Syndicate hideout, here we go. An anomaly and another anomaly. Oh, it says crashed escape pod. Okay, so we want to go here and deal with the crime boss that was given to us in the last stream, where basically a mafia boss contacted us and said, please take out these other 2 mafia bosses because they're starting to deal in red sand, which is a drug, and getting people hooked on red sand, and then when they can't pay their debt, they sell them off to Batarian slavers. It's like super uncool. So I took the mission to basically do a mob hit on these 2 people, which is actually a renegade choice, but I mean, again, it's like, do you want to play the game or not, right? It's mostly just echelons of Batarian government, technically. Yeah, the Batarian government kind of sucks, but they have a right to have issue with humanity. It's just the way that they've chosen to handle it that's a problem. Let's grab this, because they'll give me some money. Grab this. And we need money really badly. Oops. Once again, I'm terrible with these. There we go. Grab that. Get back in the Mako. Okay, we don't want to deal... Oh, we do want to deal. That is the base. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Ha! Take care of you. Oh, another sniper over here, I think. Yes. And who else? There... Is that all? It seems like it's all. Okay, great. And let's save, because I have a feeling this might not go great, but we'll see how we do. I feel like I'm worse at the game when I'm on stream. Maybe it's just the performance thing, you know? Like, you're perfectly fine at doing something when you're by yourself, but the second you do it while people are watching, it's like you completely forget how to do something. Restore. here? Okay, no. Go this way. Okay, nothing here. What are you guys equipped with at the moment? Okay, Garrus, you don't need the sniper rifle. This space is too enclosed. Ah! There we go. Okay, we've got snipers and we've got... Ah, where is he? Complete confusion right away. Garrus, you're in the way. Here. Can you die, please? The first game's AI. Okay, sniper needs to be taken out. Hold on. Maybe I was too hasty to tell Garrus he didn't need the sniper rifle. Okay, got you. Okay, and she's down there. And there's another sniper over there. Can you guys get this guy, please? Target in sight. Over here.
Now I'm ready.
Over here. Okay.
I've got a shot.
Can you take it then, please? Come on. Thank you. Okay, and there's one more guy this way. Oh no, two more guys. Okay. There they are. Gotcha. Oh, no, I didn't. Damn. Ah. Got you. Okay, one more. Oh, is he camping? Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on.
Shields down. Camp's hot.
Oh, it's the crime boss, that's why. Thank you. Ah! Can you guys get him? Thank you.
Not now, Shepard.
Yeah, I'm not speaking to you, Garrus.
Good as new.
Thank you. Jeez. Helena was right. These guys had quite the operation going, but that's all going to change. One down, just one more to go. Okay, that was slightly embarrassing. I don't know why that was such chaos, but it's fine. Okay, let me see the map. Okay, so one here and one there. Okay, so we'll check both of them. And then before we go off to the second crime boss, I might just gear everybody up and get them some better equipment. Because I think we've picked up enough loot where I can actually give them things to work with. Like that. I know I can use the Omnigel just to do this like automatically, but that's as bad as I am at these, it still feels like a failure to get the Omnigel to do it for you. Up. Went too soon. There we go. Grab these. Grab some Metagel. Okay, that's a fire hydrant. And there's an upgrade kit here, okay. Grab this. And okay, I just came out of that one, so we want to go to this one next. Unless, is this the way out? No. Oh, this is blocked off. Okay, so I can't go in there. Okay, so that's it for this planet, so we can get out of here. And I'll equip the guys. I'll see if anybody has anything new to say on the ship. They usually have some dialogue after a mission. Which way? I hate this arena map. I get so turned around in here. See, this is the exit, so just put something there. It's 37 degrees Celsius where you are. Oh, good lord. No, thank you. It sounds awful. And I've been complaining about the weather a lot here because it's like, I think it's 6 degrees at the moment. But I think I would take 6 degrees over 37 any day. You draw the line at 24. 24 is nice. I draw the line at 30. Anything, if you hit 30 and anything over 30, it's too hot. But anything below 30 is fine. Jeez, what happened? Everything went flying. Alright. Okay, map. There's an anomaly here. Oh, there's a escaped pod. So I want to investigate that before I leave. There's some debris as well, but our electronics is still really low, so I don't even know if it's worth going to look. Another pod. I don't know if I'll be able to open this one either. Can I open this? Yes, I can. There's old footprints leading away from this escape pod, but no sign of any survivors. Okay. We'll leave the Mako. Footprints. I see an anomaly over here. So I think it might be this way. I am gonna take the Mako after all. Hold on. 37 is a nice temperature. No, it is not. Here. As usual, choose the absolute worst path for the Mako to take, but it's fine. We'll just cope with it. Oops, didn't mean to jump. I wanted to do this. Okay, no, it doesn't want to climb that. The Mako. There we go. Over here. How's the weather in SA? It's super cold. I don't know what the temperature is right this second, but the high today was 13 and I think the low was 6 or 4, so it might be 6 degrees at the moment, something like that. And what you must understand is in South Africa we don't have, oh there it is, we don't have central heating in our homes, so whatever the temperature is, that's kind of just what you have to deal with. You can't change the temperature indoors, you just have to deal with whatever the temperature is. Okay, this one's luckily very easy. Grab this. The dead traveler had a League of One medallion. Where he found it and what he was trying to do with it is unclear. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check with it what the debris is. Sometimes it's something interesting, but if it's just like a crashed probe, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Because chances are my electronics would be too low to hack into it anyway. We've been having the worst storms in recorded history. Oof. Like thunderstorms or just rain? I think why the Mako controls so floaty is so that the player can't get stuck. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's also why they gave you a jump. Is specifically so it wouldn't get stuck because the Mako controls so badly. It's just a probe. Okay, I'm not going to bother with that. There's no point. So we can return to the Normandy. The storms were taking our roofs off here at the worst areas. Oh no. We tend to get wind like that in Cape Town. Luckily not so much where I live. But it's not fun. Okay, so... hostage. Okay, we can't do this one yet because it requires a much higher level than what I'm at. A man named Gareth asked you to look for his missing brother. Gareth fears his brother's ship may have fallen victim to privateers while traveling through the Stranus system. Go to the Strenus system in the Horsehead Nebula cluster and search for signs. Okay, so we can do that one. Let me just grab a drink. Okay, zoom out. So we need to go to the Horsehead Nebula. Was the other crime boss in Hades Gamma? I'll have to check. Gemini, Argus Row, Horsehead, here we go. We're not going to do Noveria though. We're not ready for Noveria yet. Strenus, here we go. I'm really sorry to hear that, Green. I hope you guys are holding out okay. That sounds terrible. Thessalgon. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's just a helium gas giant, nothing to report. See, what's this ring here? There it is. Zawin. Ah, here we go. Zawin has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of cobalt with deposits of copper. Planet-side conditions are hazardous with constant ice storms racking the surface. Well, on this planet, it's minus 131 Celsius, so, you know, that's cool. Oh, I can't land there yet. There's probably a mission there. Usually when there's, like, a hazard, it means we're gonna have to get out there at some point. Will you be continuing your Disney ranking video now that the Velma review is over? Yes, I will. I'm just busy with the Utena video first. Trelane is a lifeless rock with trace amounts of xenon and krypton. Its surface contains large amounts of iron and magnesium silicates. Due to heavily cratered terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. A Solarian religious cult claims that a certain pattern of overlapping craters in the southern hemisphere resembles their goddess. Interesting. I did not know the Solarians... I know a little bit about the Solarians' religious practices, but I realized not as much as I know about some of the others. Antitara. Antitara is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces on... Okay, it's just a gas giant, not much to talk about there. Yunthorl. Yunthorl? Shrouded by a thick atmosphere of complex hydrocarbons, Yunthorl has never been fully mapped. The surface is hot and completely covered by a global ocean of liquid hydrocarbons. There are indications of primitive organic life developing deep within the global ocean. Okay, your scan uncovered an ancient deep space probe slowly orbiting Yunthorl. Tali brought it on board, dismantled it, and found a League of One medallion hidden in its payload. I actually like these little text boxes that explain your crew doing things even if you don't see it, because it better cements kind of the sense of time. Like, your crew and there's stuff going on even when Shepard isn't walking around the Normandy, and it just gives you a sense that things here we go, things take a lot longer than they appear, and I quite like that. Here we go, here's the ship. The Majesty is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design. The ship is a derelict. All compartments are exposed to space and the fusion plant is leaking. The damage is consistent with ship-mounted mass accelerator fire. Okay, scan? A faint trail of radioactive particles, possibly exhaust from a sub-light nuclear engine drive, leads towards the nearby planet of Zawin. Okay, now we have to go to Zawin. Here, and now we can land. This guy, and I'm gonna take Rex as well. Rex is a good he's a good squad mate to have on missions because Garrus has electronics and sniper skills and Rex has biotics and he's really beefy. So unfortunately it means I sideline some of the other members quite a lot just because I find Rex and Garrus make a good balance. I'm in the waiting room now. Should be able to hang out for a bit. What did I miss? Watchface, when were you last on stream? Did you see us talking to Talitha? There's the mercenary camp, okay. There's a bunch of anomalies here. A lot of anomalies, actually. Let's check out this one first. From what I heard, SA is in serious trouble right now. Are we? Besides, like, the other, you know, besides the obvious? I mean, when aren't we in trouble, now that I think about it? I think the last time we weren't in trouble was like 1995 or something. Okay. Okay, we can't stay in the cold very long because our suits can't handle it, so let's do this quick. Discovery. It appears this person was trying to mark the nearby mineral deposit when he died, or was killed. Interesting. Not what we're looking for, though. We're trying to find the missing crew. Where is the mineral deposit? Is that it? I saw you blow away some pirates in the Mako, bringing peace to the galaxy via artillery. Okay, good. We took out one of the mob bosses. And we are now just trying to help this guy who has lost signs of his brother. And we found the derelict ship. And it's pointed to an escape pod going to this planet. So we're just trying to find out what happened. Because it looks like the ship was attacked. And my money is going to be on the Batarians, as usual. Because the Batarians have a big issue with humanity. Because of politics. Because of course it's about politics. Everything in this game boils down to politics. Politics and racism. That's basically what all the problems in this game boils down to. Okay, there's a camp. I don't know if there's anything to see here. Oh, we can activate the generator at least. Appears to be no one left at this camp. The generator is still functioning, but there are no signs of the former occupants. The camp's computer notes several locations of interest. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, it just tells me where some rocks are. Fantastic. We're not gonna bother with the rocks too much. I'm just doing some side missions so that we can gather up some experience points and get some gear and things like that. And there are interesting story bits in between these missions. Sometimes you find some very interesting things hidden away in the galaxy. But also this is... oh, here's some rocks. This is also why I'm not going to spend too much time looking for rocks myself. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way. Oh, it's not a rock. I'm not going to go out of my way looking for rocks because it's fun when you play it yourself. It's a lot of downtime, so you can just kind of chill out. But on a stream, it's not super interesting to watch. This fragment appears to be from an old model freighter. Part of it is marked with the Chati outpost insignia. Oh, that's what I was saying. The Turians are a mono political system. They've only got the hierarchy. That is their entire government is the hierarchy. However, even though they are no longer divided up into clans, they still wear clan markings. And I remember in the Codex, I'll need to double check, but I remember very clearly that the clan markings are not color specific. The clan markings are only design specific. So you can basically wear whatever color you like with your clan markings. And Turians, even though the clan markings don't really mean much these days, if you're somebody who doesn't wear clan markings, Turians kind of see that as being very dishonest, because I would think that it gives them some insight into what sort of culture you come from. Even though the clans are no longer functioning, it still gives them a rough idea of where you're from and what kind of attitude you have and such. So if you're not wearing clan markings, it seems like you're purposefully trying to hide something about yourself. The Turians sound like space Prussia? Maybe. I don't know. Oh no! Hold on. Okay, hold on. We've got a trap. Ah, and I miss immediately. That's fantastic. Get rid of you. I got rid of my shields. There we go. Okay. Get rid of you. That's cool. Get rid of you. Next. There you are. Ah. Is that everyone? Oh, okay, that's everyone. Okay, so the Geth are here. That's fantastic. Let's see. So, okay, we checked all the anomalies. Now we can check out the mercenary camp. I have a feeling we're not going to be finding the crew of this spaceship. You love the Geth? The Geth are fantastic. I like the Geth a lot. They are one of the most unique artificial species I've seen in a sci-fi setting, specifically because they are very much not robots. They are software that are loaded onto platforms. So the Geth, as I guess an individual, that's not really the right way. A singular Geth is a bunch of programs running together on a singular platform. And that's really fascinating to me. Just survey this before my suit breaks. Got it. The Geth sound like they were designed by somebody who actually knows how computers work. Because that makes sense, right? I mean, your laptop isn't a singular piece of software running on your computer. Your laptop is a collection of programs and software, and that's kind of what the Geth are. Okay, I'm seeing turrets on the map, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Let's see. Get rid of you first. Cool. Luckily rockets are slow, so they're easy to miss. I might be too far away to hit that guy. Oh, and they've got a sniper. That's good. Okay, sniper. Sniper where? Oh, there it is. That's fine, because I can just do that. Hit all of them at once. And some more snipers there. There we go. And we've got one more around the back. Okay, great. Now we can go in. Go here. And let's get inside before our suits break. So Geth are Windows 10, kind of. I think the Geth are far more functional than Windows 10.
Enemy is everywhere!
Okay, somebody got one of the canisters. Can you not please flash me?
Shields disabled. Not now, Shepard.
I'm not trying to take you, Garrus. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Got a program. Okay, hold on. Missed.
Here it comes.
Okay, no, it's not worth it. Scrap this. And they regenerate, of course they do.
Can't see them.
Say goodnight. Are you down? No, you're not. Oh, Garrus is down. Okay, we'll get him in a sec.
Enemy is everywhere!
Where's Unity? There's Unity.
Medic! Medic!
It would help if you actually, like, took cover. Go over there, please.
Shot.
And Garrus is down again. Okay, great. And Rex is down too. Okay, fantastic. Do you mind?
Lost shields!
Yes, I have Shepard, thank you. Ah, they got me. Jeez. What an absolute disaster. Let's try that again. It's almost a running joke that Garrus stands in the way of Shepard only to say not now, Shepard, when you ask him to move. Yeah, pretty much. How far back did it throw me? Oh, it threw me all the way back here. You know what? Did we get anything useful from these? I don't think we did. I'm just gonna go straight to the mercenary camp. I should have saved before going in. He just stood there and looked at you? Yeah. The AI in the first game is a thing. I was fine when I was playing on my own. I think because I'm playing the second game in my own time at the moment, it makes it a lot clearer how jank the first game's AI is. Luckily, I like the characters and the lore and the writing a lot, which actually makes the game worth playing. And believe it or not, this is the Legendary Edition, which is the remaster. It used to be a lot worse. I'm trying not to laugh out loud in the doctor's office. Well, I'm glad I'm being entertaining at least. Let's see, let's do this again. I'm gonna save before I go inside this time. Okay, let's get first. Okay. Let's get the snipers. All of them. There we go. Okay, now we can get the rockets. Where are you? Oh, the snipers are still alive. Get you. Anyone else surviving? Okay, just the turrets? Great. Yeah, missed. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. One more. There we go. Okay. Now let's save so that I don't have to do this nonsense again. At least it's not Daikatana. Yeah. It's because you're streaming. Gamer lore that stupid things happen in the game during streaming. And it really is. I mean, it's my first time streaming a game. Not that it's like an excuse for why I'm doing badly. Okay, they don't know I'm here yet. Hold on. Oh, that one's gonna blow my cover. But I believe that's true, because that's usually true how it is with anything. I'm not speaking to you, Rex. Where as soon as you have an audience, you become instantly terrible at something. Okay, hold on. What do I have that can help? Oh, overload. Here we go. This is what I want. Can you get these guys, please? Ah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't know why the enemies are rushing me. That's very strange to me. Okay, I'm glad I saved this time. If they give me too much trouble, I might have to come back when I have better gear. Okay, so that guy's over there. So him. And they rush you, so there's no point in trying to take tactical coverage closer. Here. Let's put that there. Might also, what are you guys using? Okay, you're both using your assault rifles. Why didn't that go? Yep. We've got a sniper. Dampening maybe? Ah, missed. You know what? Just take that. Oh, it didn't do much. Okay, much more successful this time. So we've still got the 2 in here. And oh, there they are. They're upstairs. Okay. Actually, Garrus, I need you to take out the sniper up there. And where are they? Oh, there's 2 of them left. Okay. Okay, they're hiding, so I'm gonna go around. Ah, there we are. Can I hide? Yes. There you are. Okay, one more. Can you go over there and take it out, please? Thank you. You as well. Oh, nice. Okay, excellent. Much more successful. Save so I don't have to do that again. Krogan down half the battle. Yeah, the Krogan are really annoying. And I'll give these guys some better weapons when we get back onto the Normandy. Because we need to go back to the Citadel. Because I need to report back to Kahoku on his men that were eaten by a Thresher Maw. And I need to report back to the Diplomat. Can I open this? And we also need to report back to the guy's brother whose crew... Ah, here we go. Here's the brother's... well, the brother's brother. You have discovered the corpse of Captain Willem of the MSV Majesty. His stiff fingers were wrapped tightly around a small data pad. Take this. His brother will want that. Oh, aid station. Grab this. And there was one more thing. Here we go. Computer access. Oh, it just gives us codex. That's a very strange place to give me codex, but it's fine. I don't mind. The Krogan are really annoying, as she took a Krogan with her. Rex is special because Rex has been adopted into the Found family. So Rex is exempt of any of my Krogan annoyances. In fact, everything that makes the Krogan annoying is why Rex is great to have in your party. Take that. Okay, great. We've got a bunch of stuff. We can go back onto the Normandy. I'll talk to everybody, see if anybody has anything new to say. Then we can go back to the Citadel. I can equip some people. And we can give feedback to Nassana. Let me know if I'm back. I should be... Let me go check. Live stream. I should be back. Yes! Okay, we're back online. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi completely dropped. I have no idea what happened. And then Seapuff died again. Now, I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi completely just crapped out on me. Like, absolutely crapped out. Anyway, nothing happened. I was just saying that we can talk to everybody on the crew. And we can talk to Nasana. And we can talk to Kahoku, tell him his men got eaten by a thresher maw. And talk to Willem's brother and let him know that Willem is dead. Let's see if Kaidan has anything to say before we do any of that. And I'm back, right guys? Just let me double check I'm back before I initiate conversation. Because I don't want to talk to people unless I know for a fact that I'm back online. I'll grab a drink. Don't forget to talk to Joker after missions. Okay, I'm not sure if Joker has anything to say, but I'll see if he has any new dialogue. I'm back? Okay, great. Let's talk to Kaidan first. Approach.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Absolutely. She sounds like me. That's what I say. I'm listening.
Let's hear it, Lieutenant. I'm always open to my officers.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That is an absolute come on. That's 100% come on. We are going to end up romancing Kaidan because I feel that not romancing Kaidan, first of all, you need like a guide to not romance Kaidan in the first game. And I said this last time, the reason why is because BioWare were extremely proud of their PG-13 sex scene when this game came out, so they wanted to make sure you don't miss it. But I don't want to make Shepard be head over heels in love with him. Because we're going for Garrus in the second game. You can only romance Garrus in the second game. You can't even romance him in the third game. So I want to give you guys the quintessential Mass Effect experience, but I don't want Shepard to act like she's head over heels in love with Kaidan, because that's kind of not the vibe.
It's a personal observation, Kaidan.
I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, especially if you're a... if I have misread your interests.
It's all flirty? Yeah. Oh, he is jealous because Liara has a crush on me. That's actually his problem.
Someone? You're referring to our young Prothean expert.
I think she's older than both of us put together, but yeah. There's a lower deck rumor that she's interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady, to my tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
Oh, I'm glad Shepard can straight up call him out on it.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
I'm here, aren't I? I'm standing in front of you while you poke at the console, which I still don't know what you do on the ship, Kaidan. You shoot at things. I do understand that. I just don't understand why you're always poking at this console. I'm gonna say it's not like that because I was gonna say I'm here, aren't I? But this actually makes sure that I don't accidentally romance Liara because I don't want to break Liara's heart. I don't think she would survive that.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Kaidan?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
You were hoping for Garrus? Garrus is in goal. Don't worry. Garrus, because he's not romanceable in the first game, the Garrus Shepard ship is a friends to lovers slow burn. And I'm not even joking. That is literally how it's written. It is perfectly written as a slow burn friends to lovers. It's actually really great. Bad experience. Sorry, we were talking to Caden. Sorry, Caden. I'm busy having a conversation with you, and all I seem to be able to think about is Garrus. Bad experience?
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified, because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
The second any corporation starts doing something discreetly, it's not good. This is a weird conversation, but I'm gonna go with it anyway.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Only can actually... No, you can actually romance Liara, regardless of which gender you play, because female Shepard especially is extremely bisexual. As in extremely. I haven't even tried to romance any women in this game, and Shepard has spoken about it at least once or twice, that she really likes girls about as much as she likes men.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to New Beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
I'm very concerned by Caden's choice of words. That his family has an inland home in Vancouver which matured to beachfront property. That's such a subtle bit of world building, but it's like, ah yes, maturing to beachfront property. That's one way to look at it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Okay, so here I am going to pick this option because, like I said, I want to give you guys the quintessential experience. So we've got no choice but to push the matter.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Okay, so we spoke to him. I don't know if he has anything else to say.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of
Okay,
your time
no, he doesn't
for
have
now,
anything
Commander.
else.
We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Okay, cool. It's a little sad that we're speaking to Caden and he's revealing more of his backstory and his obvious crush on Shepard, and all we're talking about is how we'll eventually romance Garrus, but I mean, that is the Mass Effect experience. Oh, now chain of command matters. I mean, Caden's a nice guy. He's a bit pathetic, but he's a nice guy. Anyway, let's see if Liara has anything to say. Approach.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
that approach that Shepard does, she only does it to party members that you are able to romance. So I find it kind of hilarious. They don't do that in the other two games. It's really funny that the two love interests have this little intro where she like approaches them. It's really funny.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
Thank you, but once again we are treating severe trauma as something worthy of praise.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
She's really not good at hiding her crush, but Liara is kind of a bit of a disaster. Also, bye Watchface. Hopefully I'll see you later, although I'm gonna have to end the stream in about an hour because my power is gonna go off.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
But you're a woman! No. I think I have to say this. I do want to let Liara down easy because, again, because of the way the story is set up in the second game, I don't want to hurt Liara's feelings. I can't. It makes me very sad if somebody would hurt Liara's feelings. Liara's like, she's a really special character. She becomes so close to Commander Shepard even if you don't romance her. So the idea of romancing her then to dump her for Garrus, I can't do that to her.
I care about Kaidan. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
There is a lot from you. And I do love Liara a lot, but I'm not going that way this game.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
At least she's honest, and she doesn't do a freak out or anything. She's just like, oh, that's super embarrassing. I think every single time Shepard stops talking to Liara, the second she walks out of the med bay, Liara just starts like banging her head against her desk, because every single conversation she's had with Shepard so far has had her like make a fool of herself in some way or another. Okay, before we talk to anyone, let me just quickly just gear everyone up. So just give me a second. Okay, Liara doesn't really use... Actually, that's Liara's locker. Let me do myself first, and then I'll do everyone else. Okay, I don't use assault, I use pistols. Here we go. me this one. Okay, that's fine. Sniper rifle. This one. Okay, that's fine. Mine's nothing. Omni tool. What I've got. Do I have any armor for myself? Yes, I do. That one's not much better. Okay. So that's it for me. Let's do Liara next. I think she uses pistols. I'm not sure. And I don't think she does anything else. Okay, that's worse than what she has. Is that better or worse? That's worse. Okay. Tali. Okay, Tali uses shotguns. I know that. So she can have that. She also uses pistols. Don't really have anything for her. Sniper she doesn't use. Omni tool. Okay, we don't have armor for her. Rex. Rex uses assault rifles. Take that one. Shotguns. That one. Biotic amp. How's that? It's not much better than what you've got. I'm not going to give that to you. Garrus. Assault rifle. Do you have one that's just better across the board? No, you don't. Okay, so you can have that one. And sniper rifle. Take that. Okay, we gave you some armor, so you're good on that. I don't really use Caden and Ashley, so I don't know whether it's worth equipping them. I'm gonna do it anyway, just in case. I don't know. Do you even use shotguns? I'm not sure. Is this any better than what you've got on? No. Okay, and Ashley. Give her that. I don't think she uses sniper rifles. And that's better. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm back. So we can talk to Rex.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Yes.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left. And that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
I mean, I'll go get it.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
So, Rex, it doesn't sound like he was alive for the Krogan rebellions, because he says his father was extremely old and he was alive during the rebellions. Because I know online they say that Rex was alive during the Krogan rebellions, but it doesn't sound like it to me. That sounds to me like his father was alive, but Rex wasn't born yet. Unless I'm misunderstanding that, but that's what it sounds like to me. Anyway, we need to help Rex get some armor. We won't do that tonight because we don't have the time, but that is an important mission we need to do. Anyway, let's see what Garrus has to say.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Oh, okay. So this conversation is really fucked up. Just a warning.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
I kind of want to hear about the Elcor serial killer. I mean, this conversation is interesting too, but I kind of want to know more about that. Anyway, yes?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Do you guys want to ask Garrus about Krogan testicles? Is this a conversation that you guys want to have? I mean, I'm gonna make us have it regardless. I just kind of want to see what you guys' input is about that while I grab my drink. Green says, yes, please. Okay, tell me more about Krogan testicles, Garrus.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Anyway, getting back on topic.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Garrus.
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
That's fucked up.
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Did you interview him, Garrus?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Don't tell me that.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
I like that at least 3 options in the dialogue so far is Shepard just going, what? That seems like a mean response. What do you mean they just let him go? He was threatening to kill hostages.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel.
Yeah, with good
I told
cause.
them those hostages were dead anyway, and just used them to make more organs. They wouldn't listen.
Yeah, no, Garrus, I know I say that I say this every stream so far, but collateral damage is bad.
It's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Garrus, you really need to rein in. I understand. I understand the passion. Like, I understand the burning need for justice, but no. No.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I mean, I'll check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Okay, but we're not shooting any hostages on the way there, Garrus. You need to stop that. I mean, I'm swatting him with the newspaper every single time he brings it up. He seems to be getting the idea, but he really needs to cut that out. Hey, Tali.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, she's feeling better.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Don't worry, you will sound kind of dismissive. But it's in the Paragon spot, which usually means it's a good option to pick. But I'm gonna go with like what?
What are you hoping to find?
Yeah.
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen, but it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
So you're basically a Quarian princess. Quarian princess, yes!
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Oh, that's really rough. That's really rough. That's very Japanese, I think. Oh, I'm not talking about current day Japan. Kind of current day Japan, but that whole thing of like dishonoring the parent by your actions, that's like very feudal Japan. It's really not cool, in my opinion.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
Daddy issues, the video game, pretty much. I'm trying to think. Caden doesn't have daddy issues. Caden doesn't have daddy issues. His dad is just chilling in Vancouver.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Let's ask her more about her father.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it. Not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
No, I think that's everything.
I should go.
See you later.
I was gonna say, Green, Shepard has a certain kind of daddy issue in that her father is dead. He was killed on Mindoir. And Liara, you guys were saying she's got mommy issues. She also has daddy issues, because remember, she said that her father left before she was born, and... Oh, we have to talk to Ashley. And Liara's thinking is the reason why is because her father was ashamed of Liara, because Liara is a pure-blooded Asari, where both her parents are Asari. So, as far as Liara knows, her father left them because she was so upset with Liara. So even Liara has daddy issues. Somehow.
Commander?
Do you want to chat, Ashley? Do you have any new words of wisdom for me? I mean, last time you served us a combo of being racist, being homophobic, and being sexist all at the same time. I'm not entirely sure you're able to top yourself after that.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Somebody said that they kind of wish Ashley and Caden got together. I can kind of see them more as a couple. It feels less messy than Shepard, at least. But then he'd have to date Ashley, so make of that what you will.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
You're lucky to have a close family.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about your family situation.
I mean, it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
Or lack thereof. Relax, Williams. I've dealt with it.
Ask me to clear a bunker of armed hostiles? No problem. Dealing with the foot in my mouth? Not so good with that. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vidmails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
No means no.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Ashley.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into.
Oh, so she's awesome in other
Things
words.
to her figure, though.
Would you classify pistol training as self-defense? That's a very weird interpretation of the word self-defense, in my opinion.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand-to-hand.
Please self-defense. Yeah.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
I mean, I wouldn't turn that story into some mark of bravado about your family. But I mean, that's just me.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Is that not Ulysses? That's the Odyssey, correct? Bored now. I think that's the Odyssey.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
That's kind of a heavy thing to just drop casually into a conversation.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
I'm sure everybody is shocked to find out that Ashley is also super religious. I'm sure that's just shocking. Anyway, it's fine. You haven't been sermonizing, so I guess it's okay.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Okay, so that was a little less painful. Not quite pain-free, but at least less painful. No, I'm not gonna buy weapons. I'm gonna go to the Citadel. I have about half an hour before my power goes out. I'm gonna report back to those guys. And then I'll see if there's time. I might play one codex entry before we go. I'm not gonna go deep into the codex. But I think there's one or two things which might be interesting. Oops. Caught on that. I don't mind her like dropping the religious talk in the middle of the conversation because it felt natural. The dropping of Ulysses is a bit weirder though. I feel... Could I? Oh no, that's just Presley. Oh no, there is something I can examine there. The Ulysses poem is kind of a little clunky how it's worked into the dialogue. But I mean, it's fine. I just find it, you know, Ashley is like the complete package. She's racist, she's homophobic, she's sexist, she also happens to be from a military family, and she's religious. You know, she's just the complete package. Oh, Joker. Yeah, we'll talk to Joker before we leave the Normandy as well. Travel. And when you dock with the Citadel. You can't justifiably get angry at people for being close-minded about your religion if you're going to be close-minded about their, what's that? Atheism. I guess so. I think Ashley was more annoyed that people were annoyed about her being religious. More than, it's not that she was annoyed at their atheism, it's just that she was annoyed that they were annoyed, if that makes sense. She's one step away from proclaiming "Make Earth Great Again." Vote Williams. There are quite... Oh, we have to talk to Joker. There are quite a few Earth First parties who we will unfortunately have to interact with at some point.
I prefer gold to silver, you know,
Oh,
for
yes.
my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Okay, he just wanted to brag about the fact that he saved us when we picked up Liara. I'm so used to him not having a lot of dialogue in the first game because I bugged him so much in my recent playthrough and I would accidentally
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
what was I saying? I'm so used to talking to him in the first game because I'm used to him having more dialogue in the second and third game. Oh, Rex wants to talk. I'll talk to him in a second. So I would keep talking to him in the first game in my playthrough, and he would just keep telling me about having Vrolic syndrome and get angry at me. What do you have to say, Rex?
A private docking bay. Wonder how much the Alliance had to shell out for this.
And do you have anything, Garrus?
The Normandy combines the best of Alliance technology and Turian engineering. It shows what we're capable of if we work together.
Well, see, Garrus has the right attitude. I don't know what a lot of the other people's problem is. Why are you really here, Commander? I gotta go. I'm here to listen to you talk.
I'm surprised that you're willing to kill your own, Rex. Aren't the Krogan just a few generations away from extinction?
You don't get it. For all your talk of honor and pride, the Turians never had to test their principles in a real struggle. Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
Rex is great. I like Rex a lot. Okay, we need to talk to Nassana. She lied to us. She said her sister was kidnapped by slavers. Her sister was not kidnapped. Her sister was the slaver. So we kind of need to call her out on her bullshit. Where are we? Embassies, this way. I like this guy just chilling here. He's hanging out. Go over here. We already spoke to Parlin. He doesn't have any new dialogue, which is a shame because I like Parlin. Nassana, you have some answering to do.
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
Dahlia's dead, and I know she was blackmailing you.
So the truth comes out. I hope you're not angry. Surely you can understand why I lied to you.
Not really.
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
I don't appreciate getting manipulated.
I would have helped if you'd just told me the truth.
Perhaps you're right. I am sorry. We have trust issues in my family.
Obviously.
I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
I would have found it satisfactory not to be manipulated.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
And that's Nassana.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
Fredericks?
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You've never been, have you, boy?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
I've never had Rex with me in this conversation. That's hilarious.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Okay, hold on. I just quickly got to type something in here because my phone is yelling at me. So I just quickly have to go here, go here. There we go. And then just go here and go back here. Sorry, my phone was telling me I was using data to be on YouTube, which is not what I want. So I just had to make sure that it wasn't using my data. We'd already seen the consort, actually. Balding or pink bangs? I don't know. This way. Okay, so we need to talk to Kahoku. And we need to talk to Willem. And we need to put the bug in the traffic control. And then we need to talk to Emily Wong. I'm actually going to put the bug first. Then we can talk to all 3 people at once. So we'll go to CSEC. Go to CSEC and go to traffic control, which is this way. I think it's just funny because you rarely hear Rex laugh at things.
Okay, Jalene. Let me get this straight. Your business partner,
Oh, we need to deal with this,
he's
yeah.
threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
And I've got other work to do.
But
But nothing. Don't bother me unless you're willing to give me details.
You know what? I'm actually not going to deal with this right now because this starts this entire mission and I only have about 15 minutes left before my power goes out. So we're just going to plant the bug and talk to people at the tower, and that's going to have to be it for tonight. I don't think we'll have time to get to the codex. I think we plant the bug here. Yes. There we go. Oh, and scan this guy. Grab this. Grab this. There's nothing back there, it's just the lockers. Oh, another terminal. Grab this. Okay, excellent. And we can take rapid transit and we can go to the tower and then we report back and then we'll call it for this stream. Just because I'm afraid of my laptop's battery going insane again. It took 2 days for that smell of plastic that the battery was giving off to go away. So I'd like to avoid that if I can. Presidium. Tower. Okay, so we can talk to Emily first.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna make a great story. Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story. It deserves to be heard.
I appreciate your support. I hope this will save some lives in the long run. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna show this to my publisher.
And that's Emily sorted. Let's speak to Kahoku. Hey.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants.
About your men?
Commander, any word on my missing men?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Okay, done with Kahoku. He'll contact us again, and he'll give us some more info on what happened that led his men to be killed by the Thresher. So we'll hear from him again, and we'll speak to... Oh, Gareth. Okay.
Any news? Did you find my brother yet?
Yeah, I'm just dealing out the bad news today.
I found your brother's body. His ship was attacked by privateers.
Willem's dead? I guess I should have expected this. When his ship dropped out of contact, I just knew. But I kept hoping he might still be alive.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for finding him. It's better to know one way or the other. That's what they say, right? Please excuse me. I need to go make arrangements for his funeral.
Ah! Garrus! You're in my way a lot today.
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less get permission to meet the council.
Not a lot of security here. Not that you can see anyway. 10-1, there's a sniper tracking our every step.
See, somebody was saying, why is Shepard and her crew allowed to bring weapons into the Citadel Tower? That's kind of the answer. I don't know if he says anything else. I don't think so. Let me check.
Not a lot
no,
of
he doesn't.
security
Okay.
here. Not that you can see anyway. 10-1, there's a sniper tracking our every step.
Bearer of bad news, survivor of a coup. Yeah. At least we could help Emily. Not now, Shepard. Garrus, are you going to tell me not now?
Not too many
No, he's just gonna say the same thing. Okay.
Even less get permission to meet the council.
At least he has something more interesting to say than Caden, who basically just goes, "Wow, it's such a big place," and that's about it.
Reporter Kalisa Al-Jelani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind. We'll have exclusive footage later today.
I'm glad that interview went well. I really don't like Kalisa. Emily is cool. Kalisa, not so much. Where is rapid transit if I go from here? Yes, this way. And then I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna call it quits, because I have run out of time, so we can't do the codex entry today. But I do want to go to CSEC, because I want to remember that I want to speak to the Volus that's there, so we can get with that mission as well. You get a dead body, and you get a dead body. Everybody gets dead relatives this mission. Or this stream, or whatever we're calling this. Okay, so I'll save here so that I know next time what we're doing. And I think that's it. Oh wait, we have some squad points? Yes. So I'll put some, let's put some in armor, because I would prefer not to get, I would prefer not to get dead as much. And you also need armor. You also need electronics. What unlocks electronics? Is it this? No. This unlocks electronics, okay. We've still got a ways to go. Oh, here we go. We need to add some of this. Let's get you some advanced first aid. Oh, this, here we go. Okay. Wait. Oh, we don't have the points for it, okay. And you have force, yeah, force. So I'll throw into fitness, because I need you to be a tank. And we'll put it into shotguns as well. Okay, so that's gonna be it for tonight. Let me save again, because I just put on a bunch of points. I don't feel like doing that again. And I will see you guys on the next stream. I have electricity tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow. Simply for the sake of my voice. And also, I have started the new project that I'm working on, or that I've been hired to work on. So I'm working on that, and then I'm editing after I'm done working. So I think I want to focus on that rather than stress my voice and do another stream. So I think that's going to be it. So I wanted to thank everyone for coming. These streams are going relatively well, despite all the disasters and me battling the AI in ways that the game did not intend. But I hope it's entertaining at least, even when I'm flailing around making a fool of myself. Let's have a look here. There's just the Sakura tree, like, hanging out here. But yes, let me finish. Oh, let me first see what Garrus has to say about CSEC. I never know how to end these streams. Garrus, tell me something.
I used to have an office here. Spent half my time doing paperwork.
Garrus really hates paperwork.
Every time I visit the Citadel, CSEC brings me here for a friendly chat.
I wish they'd stop racially profiling the Krogans, really. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. So I'm going to go over to OBS, get this image on screen, just so that you guys aren't staring at a black screen when I exit the game. Yes. Exit the game. It was fun. Okay, I'm glad. Oops. A bunch of things just yelled at me. And I will see you guys next time. I'll alert you guys through the community post as well. Sorry, that's my machine. It's not yours. And I'll let you know when I go live again. The start of August, we're going to have another art stream on the main channel. And I kind of do the Mass Effect streams when I see I have the electricity for it. So whenever I have the power, I grab a chance to stream. And I have 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna call it there. So thanks guys, hope you had fun. Thanks for joining the stream. Bye everyone.